unsettled the dogs sleeping in front of the fire, sending them barking around his feet. A clipped command from Alex made them slink back to their rug and assume their drowsing state. "That's what we need to do. It'll be a publicity exercise such as Isla Sagrado has never seen before." "And you think Abuelo is losing his marbles?" Benedict asked, and took another sip of his wine. "No," Alex said, excitement beginning to build in his chest. "He's right. That's exactly what we must do. Remember the curse. If the 9th generation does not live by our family motto of honor, truth, and love, in life and in marriage, the Del Castillo name will die out forever. If we each marry and have families, well, for a start, that will show the curse for the falsehood it is. People will put their trust in our name again, rather than in fear and superstition." Renard sat back down. "You're serious," he said flatly. "Never more so," Alex answered. Whether he'd been kidding around or not, Renard had hit on the very thing that would not only settle their grandfather's concerns, but would be a massive boost to the Del Castillo name. Its ongoing effect on the people of Isla Sagrado would increase prosperity across the entire island nation. While Isla Sagrado was a minor republic in the Mediterranean, the Del Castillo family had long held a large amount of influence on the island's affairs, whether commercial or political. As the family had prospered, so, by natural process, did the people of Isla Sagrado. Unfortunately, the reverse was also true. "You expect each of us to simply marry the right women and start families and then, hey presto, all will be well?" Renard's voice was saturated with disbelief. "Exactly. How hard can it be?" Alex got up and patted him on the shoulder. "You're a good-looking guy. I'm sure you have plenty of candidates." Benedict snorted. "Not the kind he'd bring home to Abuelo, I'd wager." "You can talk," Renard retorted. "You're too busy racing that new Aston Martin of yours along the cliff road to slow down long enough for a woman to catch you." Alex walked over to the fireplace and leaned against the massive stone mantel that framed it. Carved from island rock, the hearth had seen generation after generation of his family sprawl in front of its warmth. He and his brothers would not be the last to do so. Not if he had anything to do with it. "All joking aside, are you willing to at least try?" he asked, his eyes flicking from one brother to the next. Of the two, Benedict looked most like him. In fact, some days he felt as if he was looking into a mirror when he saw his brother's black hair and black-brown eyes. Renard took after their French mother, finer-featured, perhaps more dramatic with his dark colouring because of it. Female attention had never been an issue for any of them, even from before they'd hit puberty. In fact, with only 3 years in total separating the brothers, they'd been pretty darn competitive in their playboy bachelorhood. They were all in their early 30s now, and had mostly left that phase behind, but the reputation still lingered, and it was that very lifestyle that had brought them to this current conundrum. "It's all right for you. You're already engaged to your childhood sweetheart," Benedict teased him with a smirk, clearly still not prepared to take the matter seriously on any level. "Hardly my sweetheart, since she was only a baby when we were betrothed." 25 years ago, their father had saved his best friend, François Dubois, from drowning, after the latter had accepted a dare from their father to swim off Isla Sagrado's most dangerous beach, below the Castillo. In gratitude, Dubois had promised the hand of his infant daughter, Loren, to Rafael del Castillo's eldest son. In a modern society, no one but the two men had ever really given any credence to the pledge. But the two men were old school, all the way back down their ancestral lines, and they'd taken the matter very